If you're at a loss of what to watch this weekend and you enjoy a self-aware meta-horror comedy in the fashion of Scream, Cabin in the Woods, The Hunt, or Shaun of the Dead, have I got the film for you. Recently released on Prime, Over Your Dead Body follows comedy actor Jason Segel and Scream queen Samara Weaving, who, by the way, in case you didn't know, is actually the real-life niece of Elrond and Agent Smith, who have spent years in an unfulfilling and turbulent marriage, and both have reached the end of their tether and plan to kill each other. Don't worry, this isn't a spoiler. This is just the opening gambit of the film. Things only get weirder and much more wild from here. Over Your Dead Body is based on a Norwegian film starring Noomi Rapace and Axel Hennie, whose name translates to The Trip, which explains why Over Your Dead Body actually doesn't feel all that American. While watching it, we got the impression that it might have been written and directed by a British team, given its dour settings and more bleak feel, but it makes just as much sense that it was inspired by the cold, empty husks of the Nordics. Over Your Dead Body was actually written by American comedy duo Britannic, who once again got their start making YouTube sketch comedy like seemingly every other successful horror writer in the modern era. And it was directed by Joe Matacone of The Lonely Island fame.
Jizz in my pants.
Open my window when a breeze rolls in and jizz in my pants.
Now that's a blast from the past. This film came out of nowhere for me. I'd not seen any trailers or adverts, not seen anyone review or talk about it or even mention it, to be honest. And honestly, it's the best film of its type I've seen in years. Funny, dark, at times gory, and honestly, even a little insightful. The problems that each of the pair have with one another quite faithfully reflect the modern dating situation. She views him as a weaselly, insecure, pathetic excuse for a man, while he views her as a nagging, two-faced, spiteful bitch. And from their own perspectives, they're absolutely correct. The writers tap into each sex's biggest fears of their own shortcomings, as well as their worst fears and what kind of partner they may end up settling for. I've said it before, and films like this and Obsession only serve to confirm it all the more. Comedians really do make the best students of human nature. And the insight is only bolstered by the strong performances of Segel and Weaving, who've got great chemistry and who are clearly having a great time making this film, as did the rest of the cast and crew if the behind-the-scenes photos are anything to go by. In short, I absolutely love this genre of meta-horror comedy when it's done well, and this was done well. Let's get to the ratings. First, the plot. Although there are a couple of elements I'd change plot-wise, particularly relating to a setup in Act 2 that wasn't paid off in the finale, the plot is still wacky and wild enough to keep you engrossed throughout. 8 out of 10. The world building is simple, but great. The premise is established early on, and revelations that come later are often signalled in subtle ways from the off. 8 out of 10. The dialogue is compelling, funny, and at times even insightful. 8.5 out of 10. The characters are well established from the very first scene in each of their introductions, and both are strangely relatable even while engaging in mostly unrelatable behaviour. 8 out of 10. As stated earlier, both leads give comedic and dramatic performances, and their chemistry is one of the best things about the film. 8 out of 10. The direction showed great pacing, some cool inventive shots, and utilised non-linear storytelling in a way that wasn't overused and in fact even contributed to some of the best comedic scenes. 8.5 out of 10. Finally, for the genre-specific element of the rating, Over Your Dead Body joins the ranks of some of the best self-aware horror comedies out there. Not quite reaching the heights of Scream or Cabin in the Woods for me, but definitely up there with the likes of The Hunt. 9 out of 10. Overall, Over Your Dead Body is a laugh and a much appreciated addition to one of my all-time favourite genres, and ends with an overall score of 8.3. Honestly, if you like any of the films referenced throughout this video, it's almost a certainty you'll like this one. If you like this video in any way, shape or form, please feel free to like, subscribe, comment, and all that good stuff. See you in the next video. Ta-ra.